Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure for me to be speaking to those present today. I want to thank the Special Rapporteur Pedro Arrojo and his excellent team for inviting me to participate in the presentation of his new report on the water energy nexus. My name is Magdalena Rochi Monagas, and I am the Program Officer on Climate and Environmental Justice at the Global Initiative for Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. At GI, with a diverse group of partner organizations, we have been working on analyzing the synergy between water and energy, and we commend the rapporteur for tackling this issue in his new report. As the energy transition is underway, that transformation will be largely advanced or limited by the availability and sustainability of water resources. In effect, the availability of water resources has already been decreasing, among other factors, due to overconsumption, diversion, and as a result of the climate emergency itself. Therefore, looking at the impacts that one sector has on the availability of the other is key to ensuring the sustainable provision of water and energy for current and future generations. Let me illustrate this nexus with a concrete example from our work at GI. In partnership with FEMA from Chile, we have documented how lithium extraction, critical for the batteries powering our green energy transition, is severely impacting water rights in the Atacama and Antofagasta regions. Our research with Indigenous women human rights defenders highlights the reality that the transition has severe human rights implications. Lithium mining is causing rapid depletion of freshwater sources in areas already experiencing extreme water stress. These operations are fundamentally altering traditional ways of life of women who have relied on these lands for generations and can no longer practice free-range animal husbandry or collect medicinal herbs and food crops, as mining activities have led to drought and desertification of agricultural land. The irony is profound. In our pursuit of clean energy solutions, we are undermining the fundamental human right to water for communities that have contributed the least to the climate emergency. To guide a just and equitable transition towards sustainability, with civil society partners, we have worked to develop the guiding principles on gender equality and human rights in the energy transition that aim to serve as a collective legal reference tool, synthesizing international human rights standards. Indeed, the shift to renewable energy should avoid replicating the harmful practices of its fossil fuel predecessors. States must guarantee human rights in all stages of the renewable energy life cycle, from the extraction of minerals necessary for renewable energy technologies to the generation, transmission, and final consumption of energy resources. The new report that the rapporteur is presenting today is also pivotal because it emphasizes the need to consider the explicit recognition of the right to clean and sustainable energy necessary for a dignified life as a human right under international law. That recognition can have vast implications and further the understanding that energy is not a commodity. It is foundational for human dignity and human and planetary well-being. It can also serve to fight the vast inequalities in access to energy that remain today. Inequality in access to energy perpetuates poverty, undermining a range of human rights such as the right to water, but also healthcare, education, food, housing, environmental rights, gender and children's rights, and also hampers economic opportunities and the availability to enjoy an adequate standard of living. There is an evident relationship between energy and the enjoyment of rights, in line with their interdependence. In the case of water and energy rights, they function as mutually reinforcing systems, where the realization of one is essential for the fulfillment of the other. Sustainable energy cannot exist without secure water access, just as modern water systems cannot function without reliable energy, making their joint protection indispensable for human dignity. Moreover, the process of articulating a right to sustainable energy could act as an important tool to power the transformation of energy systems, which could critically contribute to the advancement of societies and economies that are both environmentally sustainable and just. In addition to being available and accessible to all, energy must be affordable, sustainable, and reliable. It is insufficient to merely provide connection points. All people, both now and in the future, must be able to afford the energy needed to improve their quality of life. And this goes in line with Sustainable Development Goal that aligns with this vision, emphasizing the need for affordable, reliable, clean, and modern energy for all. In conclusion, the energy transition presents both unprecedented challenges and opportunities for our collective future. As we stand at this critical juncture, we must remember that a truly sustainable energy transition cannot be achieved at the expense of fundamental human rights, such as the right to water of the most vulnerable communities. The path forward requires understanding these as human rights rather than commodities, and so it implies a fundamental shift in governance models that empower communities and promote energy sovereignty while establishing clear regulatory baselines that ensure energy is available, accessible, affordable, and sustainable for all. I encourage all of you to engage with the Special Rapporteur's vital work and to consider how we can collectively ensure that our energy future is one that serves people and planet while respecting rights such as the right to water. Thank you.